There are two things that you must do with your YouTube videos before you even upload them. And I'm going to talk about what those two things are and why they're so important to maximizing the optimization and views that you can get with every YouTube video that you upload to your channel. I'm also going to walk you through other critical pieces that you need to make sure that you're doing with every video that you upload to your YouTube channel, and then what you need to do as soon as your video is published so that you can make sure that you're triggering the algorithm to let it know that it's already getting engagement. So if you're interested in what those two things are that nobody else is talking about, let's go ahead and dive in. We are now looking at one of my videos where I did not have the proper information before I uploaded my video. So this is what I was alluding to in the intro when I said there are two things that you must do, and most YouTubers do not do this in order to maximize the number of views that you get on your videos. So what I've done is I've pulled up one of my older videos from like over 2 years ago so that I can show you what I was not doing and what was holding me back from getting more views if I would have just done these things before I uploaded my videos to YouTube. So the first thing is over here on the right-hand side, you can see the file name. This one says Marathon Vicki 21 October, which is how my video editor named it, which was fine because the video did include information about my half marathon, but that's not the proper name for the video itself, right? Because you can see it right here, the title, Overcoming Challenges to Achieve Goals, a Mindset Shift. So this video is all about talking about overcoming challenges, and I used my half marathon as the example in the video. So what this is telling me is that I should have used a file name that had keywords specific to this video, including keywords that are in the title, in order to maximize the number of reach or how YouTube and Google leverage SEO with the videos in order to get it out to more people. So this is one of those check boxes that you need to make sure that you have checked as you're uploading and preparing a video for your YouTube channel. So you'll want to make sure that the file name is aligned with whatever your title is, whatever your video is, but make sure that it's got keywords in it. So in this example, instead of it saying Marathon Vicki 21 October, it should have said Overcoming Challenges, Achieve Goals. Okay, so that way they're in alignment between the file name and the title. So that's the one thing I was mentioning, that once you've uploaded it to YouTube, there's absolutely no way that you can change it once it's already uploaded. So you have to make that change before you upload it, okay? The other one is your thumbnail. So it's another piece that most YouTubers don't tell you about, that you need to look at the file name, and make sure that it's aligned with whatever your video title is. So this is the thumbnail, as you can see on here. You got this, that I was using on this video. So here you can see I did use Overcoming Challenges as the file name. So that's good, right? And that's part of the two things that you need to make sure that you have aligned with your title before you upload them, because once you've uploaded that thumbnail, then you can't change the name of that either, the file name of it. So just make sure that that's in alignment with your title as well, okay? So a couple other things that I wanted to share with you. Here's your title. Again, making sure that you have your keywords in your title. You can always go to YouTube search and look for titles that are getting a lot of views. So for example, if I wanted to go over here to YouTube and just type in, like, maybe I wanted to start like how to grow my own garden. If I just said grow my own, then you can see here all the list of different items that I could grow on my own. So if I did want to say, look at growing my own garden, these are keywords that anyone who actually teaches or shows you how to grow your own garden is actually going to have those keywords in their title, as well as their description, and probably in their about section as well. So you can see here that here are some shorts. But if you go down here and you start looking at the actual videos, right, you can see that here are some that got some good views. Now, a great point of reference when you're looking at whether or not a video performed well or not is to compare it to the subscribers on that particular channel. So an example is in this one, you can see that this video got 107,000 views, and the channel has 82.7 thousand subscribers. That means that that video performed better in the number of views than the channel has in subscribers. So that's a really good video. That means that title worked really well for that YouTuber. So you'll want to take a look at that one. And then also if you scroll down here and see this one right here did as well. So 6.4 million views, and the channel has 2.4 million subscribers. So this one again performed really well. Now, time frame wise, you want to look at titles like within the last 2 years. And then what you can do is you can copy and paste that title into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you a better title that's more optimized. If you have a particular keyword or 2 keywords that you want to include in the title, then you can make sure that you include that in your prompt on ChatGPT so that it gives you something that's going to perform really well. Now, if you're like, hey, what are all these different, indicators on the sides of these? These are all part of the VidIQ Chrome extension that I use. I actually have a plan with VidIQ where I do a lot of the analytics, and I'll include a link in the description if you want to check that out and even use that for doing a really deep dive on your YouTube videos. It's very helpful for helping you identify videos that are performing well on your channel. It gives you suggestions on other videos that you may want to consider creating. It analyzes your keywords. It does a lot of things. The Chrome extension, though, as you can see here, is very helpful too, and this is free. You just go into the Chrome store and search for it. You can just say VidIQ Chrome extension. It's free and you can just add it. And then it will show you all of these. So an example here, this 55X, this video was published 2 years ago, 6.4 million views, and it's still performing. And it's performing, I think it says 55. I'm not sure if it says 5.5 or 55. But anyway, it's performing, let's just say 55 times better than any other videos on that channel. So that means it's performing really well. So if you're looking for videos about how to create your own garden, then this is how you go about doing it, looking for the keywords, looking for videos that performed well, how to look for titles, and then how you can look at different ways using ChatGPT to optimize those titles even more so for your channel. Okay, so that's how you can do that. So, and that's where all of these come from too, is VidIQ. So just so that you know, in your description, you'll want to have have 1 to 2 sentences. You'll see here that you can have like 5,000 characters. You don't need to use all those. But like at the top of this, just have 1 to 2 sentences that might just give you a summary or describe what the video is about. And then I even recommend, this was done like about 2 years ago. But now the thing is to, at the end of your first, paragraph, or your first 2 sentences, whatever freebie you have, or if you have a call to action or something that you want to draw attention to, then you want to put that at the end of those 2 lines. Because if people are looking at your video description, then they may not click on more to see everything else. So if they're going to scroll down and see that, you want to give them that piece of information that's going to give them what they need to continue evolving or developing or take that next step in their journey in order to stay with you, but then also get the help that they're looking for. Okay. So, and then in your description, chapters, this is really helpful because if you have chapters associated with your video, those are also optimized. Now, if you've ever done a search on Google for something and then you see a video and then you see all these different clips within that video, and then you see kind of like what the titles are, you'll notice that those titles, one of them is related to the keyword search that you did. It just happens to be in that particular video. So that's how adding chapters to your video can be super helpful. It gives you additional reach with SEO. So you'll want to make sure, like in this, I didn't just say, chapter 1, chapter 2, or whatever those different segments were. I actually gave them the names that are going to help with SEO. So think of that, of how are people going to search for this particular segment, especially if you're doing like 7 different tips. There could be one tip that people are really interested in. So you want to make sure that you label that chapter accordingly. Okay. And then I'm going to show you real quick too, how you can, I'm going to move my window real quick, how you can establish a default description so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. So you don't have to type everything in or go back to a previous one, copy and paste it into each video. So what you want to do is over here on the left-hand side, you see settings. So you click settings, and then there's an option in here for upload defaults. You'll click on upload defaults. And then you will see here, I have to keep moving my window around. Sorry about that. You can see here, if you had a title, which you don't want to ever have the same title for your videos ever. But if you have like that first 1 to 2 sentences, if you've got hashtags, if you've got freebies that you want to make sure that are included in every single video, this is where you can do that. So then it's always there. Whenever you upload your videos, you don't have to go back and reinvent the wheel. And if you ever want to change those in future, like you have a new freebie, or maybe you want to, update a different one, you've got a different URL, then you can do that here too. Okay, so that's where you can do that. Also, in your video, so we've gone through the description, chapters, playlists. You always want to make sure that you add a video to at least one playlist. Your playlists are another area of YouTube that are being optimized. So it's leveraging SEO on both YouTube and Google. So when people are looking for a particular video, your playlist may be one of the search results. And so that's going to get you additional exposure for a video, and then also all the videos that are in that playlist. Another thing to think about is that if you've got a series of videos, like maybe if we go back to the grow your own garden example, so maybe there's all of these different steps that you have to do before you actually grow your garden, right? You probably have to think about like, where are you going to have your garden? Are you going to have it on the ground or above the ground? If you're going to have it above the ground, what type of box do you need to get? So there's probably all these different things that you need to have before you actually grow the garden. So you might be creating videos on all those different things. And then you may want to create a playlist that is labeled before you start growing your own garden or something like that. So if you have people who are just like, hey, I want to grow my own garden, you're like, hey, let me send you this playlist. Then you can use the link in that playlist and send it to people so that they can see everything that they need to do before they actually grow their garden. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. So add it to one playlist. Audience, you always want to say it's not made for kids. And the reason being that if you say it is for kids, it'll only be sent to people who are under the age of 18. If you do that, it limits what you can and can't do. So your comments are going to be turned off. I think your likes and dislikes might even be turned off. So the point of us, if you're watching this video and wanting to, grow your YouTube channel for your business, you want to have that off or not, or no, it's not made for children. My videos are completely appropriate for children. I'm not cussing. There's nothing inappropriate or anything like that. But my videos are not made to send to kids, right? So by putting no, it's not made for kids, it'll be sent out to more people. And then also you'll have the flexibility of turning the comments on and having all the other features available. Okay. If you're using AI for anything in your video, meaning you're altering any of the content, you do have to mark yes in this box. And if you're not using anything like in this video, I wasn't, then you can click no. But you do need to do that because it will help viewers identify whether or not you're altering or modifying any of the content in that video. And it's just being honest, you're being transparent, you're even leveraging how you're using your skills. That could be one thing that you're doing as well. If you go down here, automatic chapters, feature places, and automatic concepts. There's no right or wrong way to use these. Like you'll hear some people say, yes, turn those on, or, make sure each of the boxes are checked. You'll have other people say you don't need to. I say play around with it and see what works for you. I've done both and I haven't really seen a difference. So it might just be something that you need to do to kind of play around and see what works best for you. Okay. Your tags, you're allowed to enter up to 500 tags, but the best practices for this is to have between 300 and 400 tags. So you'll always want to make sure that the tags that you're using are relevant to the contents of that particular video. Now, of course, you'll see here I've got Vicki O'Neill because that's my name. It's the name of the channel. If you want to use your name, the name of your channel, then of course you can do that as well. But make sure that you have your keywords in there, what people might be searching for to get to that content, really take into consideration who your ideal clients are so that you can make sure those tags are in there. Okay. So then if you scroll down, another thing that you'll want to do is, I keep on allow video and audio remixing. So if anybody wants to use that, they can. It's just additional exposure, right? Category, you'll definitely want to make sure that you change this. Now you've got a category assigned to your channel, but this is specific to each video. So if you do different things, like in this case, I am. So this video that you're watching right now, it's all about a tutorial, right? So I'm walking you through different things that you need to do in order to upload your videos for the most success on YouTube so that you can get the most views possible, right? So that would be when I'm uploading this video, it will have how to, because I'm actually doing a demonstration. I'm doing a tutorial, but the video I'm showing you in here was actually I don't want to say like an inspirational type video, but it didn't fit any of the other categories. So it was more about me, or is about, how you can overcome challenges, which is the reason why I put it under people and blogs. Okay. But that's going to help YouTube identify who the video needs to go to. So you'll want to make sure that you choose the correct category that's the most relevant for that particular video. Okay. Comments, you always want to make sure that's turned on because, hey, we're all about engagement. So you want to make sure that that's on. Whether or not you want to have moderation on your videos is in the comments is completely up to you. So that I will leave up to you. Now in the new process, because this is a video that was done 2 years ago, it looks a little bit different, but if you're uploading a video right now, there's like a next button. So it'll take you to the next screen where you can choose what you want to have on there. And that being like subtitles, end screen, and cards. So the only thing that I make sure I have on all of my videos is an end screen, so that when someone gets to the end of the video, they know what to do next. Now, some people will say, because there's different options in here, you can have multiple videos, you can have a video and a subscribe like I've got on here. And then you can choose what you do with those. Now, I will say this would be the best case scenario, having your subscribe and then a video. But if you look at my more recent videos, I don't even have the subscribe, because you have that option throughout in the bottom right corner. And plus, if you're watching YouTube, whether it's on your phone or on a desktop, the subscribe button is always there. And of course, if you look at it now, if you've seen it at any point, it may have now this like a rainbow circle effect when you say subscribe to this channel, right? So if you didn't see it before, I don't know if it does it every time, but it shows you, it kind of highlights it like, hey, here it is. Don't forget to subscribe. So I typically will not have this window here or that option on my videos anymore. I just have one. If you have too many options, it tends to tells people it's too confusing. They won't do anything, right? So if you give them one option, they're more likely to click on it. So you're gonna have a higher click-through rate on that next video. So I always do that. When you click on this, you will have 3 different options. It's completely up to you. If you're just starting your channel, then I would say best for viewer, just because if you have this your very first video, you're not going to have any other videos to recommend. As you build your channel, it's up to you if you want to say best for viewer or most recently uploaded. Most recently uploaded is really good for if you've got like a series of videos. So if we go back to the grow your own garden example, that's a series of steps, right? So maybe you do every week or every day you're releasing a new video that's talking about another step in the process. So you may, if somebody's catching one video, you may want to have the most recent upload as the next video that they watch to kind of keep them in that cycle. You can also, if you have a lot of videos on your channel like I do, and as it grows bigger and bigger, you may want to choose a specific video because you might be covering different topics. And in that case, you're going to want to help them identify what video is going to be best for them based on what they're watching right now. So in this case, you're watching, here's what you need to do in order to upload your video to YouTube in order to get the most views. Once you've done that, then it's all about, how do you like find new topics, or how do you create a video? So you know how and what you need to do to upload it, but now maybe you're looking for video topic ideas. So at the end of this video, you're actually going to see a video where I point to it, and then that'll be the video that's going to be the most best idea or best next step for you in the process after watching this video. Okay, so once you choose that, you can see here all the videos are brought up on the screen. You can either just choose one, or if you're not sure where it is, you can search for the videos that way too. But you definitely want to make sure that there is an end screen. Okay, so I'm going to discard changes because I really didn't do anything. The save option wasn't available. Then once you're done, you're going to get to the last screen where it says, publish. Do you want to make it private? Do you want to make it unlisted? Do you want to make it public? And then you also have an option here where you can schedule it. Now, it's up to you if you want to just go ahead and publish it public, which means it'll be available to everybody as soon as it's public. Or as you're getting started, you may want to publish it private first just to view it so that you can make sure everything's okay. The video quality, the sound quality, everything is in check. And then once you've done that, you'll want to change the visibility to public. The reason why I say that is because if you are wanting to monetize your channel, you do have to have your videos public in order to hit that minimum of the watch hours. So an example would be, in order to apply for the YouTube Partner Program, which is how you monetize using AdSense, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours within a rolling 365 days. So if you've got all of your videos private, you're never going to hit that 4,000 public watch hours because you have to have your videos public in order to get those hours of people watching it accumulated to get to that 4,000 mark. Okay. So now, of course, if you've got some here and there that are private or you want to make them unlisted because they're no longer applicable to your channel, then you can do that. But that's going to signal, if you make it unlisted, what that's going to do is it's going to signal to the YouTube algorithm that video doesn't need to be seen by a bunch of people. So it's not going to send it to a bunch of people. It's going to be very limited to the number of people who see it. In fact, I've got some that are unlisted on mine. I still get some views on those, but I think those are people who either had it saved or they are looking for that exact title. And that's how they're actually popping up and being able to see them. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you want to schedule it for a future day and time, then you of course can do that as well. Before I let you go, though, I want to make sure that you understand that once you publish your video, there are a few things that you need to do. First thing, as soon as it's published publicly, so that you can maximize the opportunity to have it be seen by more people. You know, the algorithm, as soon as it sees that it's being engaged on, people are watching it, it sends a signal to the algorithm saying, hey, these people are interested. We need to get it out to more people. So you're going to be that first trigger. So once you have your video published, what you're going to do is you are going to watch the video in its entirety. Now, if you're like me, you're like, I don't like the way I sound. I don't like the way I look. I get it. We don't want to sit there and watch our own videos like all the time, right? In fact, we probably just recorded it. We just edited it. We just went through this whole process. We are not interested in watching the entire video. So what you're going to do is, let me go back here. You can probably see some of these are unlisted, here. So let's go back to, where is it? There it is. You've got this. So we're going to click on this. Actually, I probably could have done this from the previous video or the previous window by just clicking on this up here. I could have skipped a step there. But what we're going to do here is, okay, there's going to be an ad first. But I'm going to go ahead and way because I'm not going to listen to myself as I watch the video. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and let it play. So you can see here it's muted. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it play out. What I do want to show you, though, as I'm just going to stop it for now because I've already done this, but you're also going to want to like the video. You're going to want to leave a comment. And in the comment, that could be a call to action. If you have a freebie that you're giving away on that particular video, include the link. That's how you can use the comments. So like the video. So watch it until its entirety, all the way to the end. You can do these other things while it's playing, like liking it, add your comment. You'll want to pin your comment, and then you're going to want to like your comment, and then you're going to want to heart your comment. I have a checklist in the description if you want to download it so you can make sure you hit all of these steps. It's free for you to download. So I want to make sure that you have access to that. So you're not like, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember all these things? Or have to come back to the video and watch it every single time when you're uploading videos until you get comfortable with it. So what you want to do is here you can see I did a, for this particular video, what challenge have you endured and accomplished or plan to in the future? Let me know in the comments. So here on the right-hand side, so once you've added your comment, on the right-hand side, you've got these three dots, right? So you click on the three dots, and then there's an option here because I already have this pinned. It tells me I can unpin it. But for the first time, when you click on that, it will say pin. So you want to click pin, and then that up here, it says pinned by me. It'll always show at the top. So as you start getting more and more comments, it's not going to get lost in the comments, especially in your video. If you're just like, hey, check out the first comment or check out my comment where I've got the link. And if it's getting lost in the comments, people aren't going to click on it. By pinning it, it makes it always be at the top so that they can find exactly what it is that you're looking for. And even if you don't say anything about, hey, go check out the link or my comment, people are going to scroll through the comments because that's just human behavior. And they're going to see what other people are asking or other people are saying. And as they go down there, even if they don't leave a comment, they'll see it. Okay, so that's the important piece here. So once you've pinned it, you want to go ahead and like it. And then you as the creator are the only one who can see whether or not something's been hearted. Okay, so you'll want to go ahead and heart it. All right, so once you've had all of that, let your video completely go all the way to the end. And then you are done with your first video upload. I hope this was super easy for you. Don't forget to grab your checklist. And if you're interested in the VidIQ Chrome extension, I'll have that in the description as well. And I'll include a link in there in case you want to get the program that I'm using on a monthly basis. It's a monthly subscription. It is an affiliate link, so I will get some sort of small commission if you choose to go ahead and purchase that. But yeah, it'll be there for you. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear if there's anything that was like an aha moment about this particular video, but definitely let me know in the comments.